Modern Warfare 3's full game just released, and here are 10 tips that are going to instantly make you better in Modern Warfare 3 Multiplayer. The first tip is to stop looking at the dot in the middle of your screen and look at the enemy. Subconsciously, humans move towards wherever their gaze is centered. When you run across an enemy, don't focus on moving the dot in the middle of your screen to the enemy, focus on the enemy and let your hands guide the gun and guide that dot to them. This is one of the first things that any collegiate or professional coaches will make sure that their players know. And this is because multiple studies have proven that humans are 20-30% faster in their reflexes when focusing on the target and not focusing on whatever's in their hands. So if you trust your hands to follow your eyes, this will make you an instantly better Call of Duty player. The second tip is to fight the closest enemy first. When you have to fight multiple enemies, always focus on the closest enemy first. And this may seem obvious, but you are more likely to hit a closer target because they are a bigger target. An enemy at a further range is a smaller target and takes more precision. So if you are fighting multiple enemies, always engage closest to farthest. And on top of that, if an enemy shows up while you're engaging a faraway target, switch immediately to the closer target. This will immediately improve your KD ratio and increase your chance of survival in gunfights. The third tip is learn how to peek corners correctly. Most people rush around corners or push all the way up to the edge of a corner when they have to fight the enemy. However, you need to learn to just barely peek around corners from a little bit of distance like I show you here. Instead of rushing in and getting killed immediately, let the enemy come to you. The amount of body that you show when you do this type of strategy is a lot less than you would if you ran around the corner, and this makes you a smaller target, increasing your chances of survival. This is called pieing a corner, and most people get it wrong, but if you can master this skill or even just begin to introduce this skill into your arsenal, you're going to instantly improve your KD ratio and improve your overall gameplay, making you a better Call of Duty player. However, the fourth tip I have is also very obvious, but many people make this mistake all the time. Stop staring at the ground. So many Call of Duty players I have seen or spectated stare at the ground while running or moving. In video games, you have to trust your movement. In real life, there are many obstacles that we have to pay attention to while walking every day. Curbs on the side of the street, small little rocks or things that might be stepped on and cause us injury if we step on them incorrectly. We have to look where we're going. However, in video games, your character will automatically step over every single curb and small obstacle that we would have to acknowledge in everyday life. So in video games, your character will automatically adjust for this, so you don't have to worry about it or even look at the ground. Instead, you need to look at the horizon. There is not going to be an enemy on the ground at your feet 95% of the time. They're going to be eye level with you, straight off your body ahead of you. If you aim with your gun directly in front of your body at the horizon level, you are more likely to hit an enemy in the chest or the head and get a faster kill. This is going to instantly improve your gameplay just by doing this one thing, and I guarantee you, you're guilty of it because everyone is guilty of it, even professional players. This next tip is you gotta cure your reloaditis. There is a mythical but common occurrence in Call of Duty games called COD timing. Whenever you're the most vulnerable, the enemy shows up and kills you. But this is oftentimes linked to players reloading mid-firefight or before they need to. In Modern Warfare 3, you only need 5 bullets to kill somebody, meaning that you have 6 opportunities in a standard magazine to kill somebody. You do not need to reload your gun after firing 3 bullets. As a matter of fact, it's going to increase the probability of you getting shot because this Call of Duty timing that we all run across is really oftentimes linked to reloaditis, and it is the worst disease you can have in a Call of Duty game. Only reload when in cover or when you have space to breathe and you know the enemy is not nearby. Don't reload mid-firefight. Don't immediately reload your gun after killing somebody. Wait until you absolutely have to. The next tip is to understand the movement system. Modern Warfare 3 has done a complete overhaul of the movement system, combining the speed and fluidity of Modern Warfare 2019, the movement speed and kind of fluctuations of Black Ops Cold War, and Modern Warfare 2's swimming and diving techniques. It's combined the best parts of 3 games into a brand new movement system. The new movement system gives you far better versatility in your movements and gives you the ability to cancel movements midway through. You have to learn to maximize your movement ability and maximize your movement speed. Don't move spastically or like these so-called movement kings you see on TikTok. You're going to get laughed at by the Call of Duty community, and you're going to get killed in Modern Warfare 3 very easily. What you need to do is move with purpose. You need to move with purpose. When you move with purpose, you move smoothly. And when you move smoothly, the enemy will actually interpret you to be moving faster than you actually are. This is going to help you out because purpose is smooth and smooth is fast. And this will immediately improve your gameplay in Modern Warfare 3. This next tip is do not limit your functionality in Call of Duty by playing only one game mode. If you only ever play Search and Destroy, you will miss the ability to recognize multiple attack angles from enemies like you would encounter in Hardpoint or Headquarters. You want to have as many tools in your arsenal as possible. When you look at Call of Duty professional players, they do not exclusively play the CDL League rules. They play Warzone, they play Search and Destroy, they play Shipment 24/7. They play a variety of game modes because it gives them a very big, very well-rounded arsenal that they can use whenever it is important. Many Call of Duty players box in their skill by playing only one type of game mode. It's important for you to play multiple game modes because they're going to teach you and show you different things that you would not encounter in just one game mode. And encountering multiple different things will give you a wider variety of tools and make you a better player overall. The next tip is pretty simple. Never peek the same corner twice. The most common mistake that people make is acting predictably. If you always peek the same corner, the enemy will know what you're going to do. So never peek the same corner twice. If you peek it once, the enemy will assume you're going to peek it again. However, you can counter this by peeking a different angle or a different location entirely, which makes the enemy act reactionary while you act proactively. And this means that 9 times out of 10, you will win the gunfight if you choose a different angle to peek after you've already peeked it once. The next thing to do is learn how to peek the high ground correctly. When you peek the high ground, do not push up all the way to the edge of a building or wherever your high ground is, because this oftentimes causes you to silhouette against the background of whatever's behind you, and it makes you a bigger target for the enemy. What you actually want to do is just peek over the edge enough that you can see the enemy while minimizing the amount of space that they see you. In the Call of Duty community, this is oftentimes called head glitching because you are maximizing your ability to actually shoot the enemy while minimizing the amount of space that they can see you. And when it appears to them, it appears that you only have your head and just a little bit of your shoulder up above the edge, making you such a small target to hit that unless they're using a sniper rifle or some type of tactical or battle rifle, they're not going to kill you. Do like I do right here, where I just peek up high enough off the edge that I can see the enemy, but minimize the amount of space where I actually show my body. If you look at the bottom of my gun right here, it is just above the edge of the building, very, very slightly. This is one of the most frustrating things that Call of Duty players encounter, and it's one of the things that they actually get very upset about because it is the only thing that you can in no way counter at all. You can't fight it, you can't beat it, you're just going to have to live with the fact that if someone's head glitching you, almost 95% of the time, you're going to lose the gunfight. The last tip is honestly the most important. Don't go it alone. Bring a friend. Find a teammate, communicate with somebody. Having somebody to play with makes every game better, especially Call of Duty, because you can run team strategies that will trick your enemies, such as the old-fashioned bait and switch. This works when you move away from your teammate and try to get the enemy to focus on you and follow you, baiting them out of cover and immediately into the line of fire of your teammate. This is a very easy strategy that a ton of people can do, and it only requires having one friend. The more friends, the better, because the more stupid and funny shenanigans you can get up to in-game. At the end of the day, having a teammate and having someone to play with and talk to even just mess around and do goofy things is going to make Call of Duty better. That is honestly the best and most important tip I can tell you, because at the end of the day, Call of Duty is a game. You need to have fun. If you're not having fun, don't play Call of Duty. One of the ways you can guarantee you're going to have fun is by bringing a friend or a teammate. And that is going to make every single game of Call of Duty you play better, and it's going to make you better because you're going to enjoy the game more. You're going to have less stress and perform better. And if you do not believe me that these tactics work, check out this video right here where I was actually the last one to ever win a game of Warzone by literally using all of these strategies that I showed you in this video. So make sure you subscribe down below, and until next time, I am IceBurgz, your Call of Duty informant. Stay frosty.